Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Kovar Can't Paint. This week we're going to try to paint another great paintings by the awesome artist Prakashan Puthur. So let's get things started.
Yeah, the man can't paint. It's sad but true.
So sad, so true.
Kovar can't paint, and so can you.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Kovar Can't Paint. For those of you just joining, up there in the left-hand corner is my faithful companion Oreo. Today we are going to be attempting to do a lovely painting by Prakashan Puthur. I've done one other painting by Prakashan. It was my second painting, my second attempt. And I really love his art, and his style is very, very unique to himself. And, you know, usually everything he does is just really beautiful. So why not? For those of you just joining, I am not a professional artist. I am a absolute beginner. And this painting that I'm attempting to follow along, Prakashan says it's easy. He has it written in his description. It's called Painting Demo for Beginners, Snowscape. I am definitely a beginner, and you know, it's not easy. And I definitely was going to avoid it for a while, and then I thought, well, what am I going to do today? And as I was thumbing through ideas, I just thought, you know, this is just a really pretty painting. So even if I don't feel like I can absolutely nail it, I mean, why not try? Because that's what we're here for, right? If you notice, I'm using my Cotman travel set again there. Just beyond that, on the outside of the frame is my newer set that I put together with the tube paints. I wanted to paint with my Cotman set again because I'm having a discussion in my head about whether I like my new paints and whether I like the Cotmans. And so I wanted to see what it was like to paint with them and if I felt the difference. If you guys haven't checked out Prakashan Puthur's site on YouTube, definitely do so. He's got tons of tutorials, beautiful paintings. I feel like from when I started, my ability to choose colors has gotten a lot better. I think just, you know, from the little practice that I've done so far. And blending colors to try to find stuff that matches what I see. I'm not really sure if I've got the science, but I feel like I'm guessing a lot better on trying to get the color I want and getting it to change the way I want to. Also, I feel like my freehand drawing has improved. I just try to like clock these wins, you know, because I can get pretty frustrated when I'm not improving and things aren't getting better. So I definitely like to try to notice if something is improving so that I feel like I'm moving along and so the future looks bright. This is usually in a painting when I get pretty confused, I'll be honest with you. I really start to not... I think somebody is asking for my attention. I will hold that thought and get back to you after this brief feeding of the dog.
Hi, buddy. You hungry? You want a snack?
And we're back. As I was saying, it's usually about this point where I get pretty lost in a painting, particularly if I'm following a tutorial, where everything is, where you're laying in just basically the washes, and I know to the artist's eye, they know what's happening. They know what each of those blobs is going to represent later in the painting. But for me, as I'm following these tutorials, sometimes these blobs, I'm just like, I don't know what this is now. I'm just following a blob. Does that make sense? It isn't until later in the painting and the process, when I'm putting in the details, that I get back to feeling comfortable again. And I just wanted to note that there's a big swath in the middle there where I start to feel very uncomfortable, like I'm just putting blobs of paint on a canvas and nothing is making sense. I think one of the things that attracted me to this painting was when I was a kid, my parents had a cabin a small cabin in New Mexico in a little ski town called Ruidoso. It didn't look like this. It was a little bit more, it was next to a bunch of other cabins, so it was a little bit more, it was a small town is what it kind of looked like. But, we would go out there and hang out as a family and go skiing and stuff. And I've always, and I'm sure most people have, had this fantasy of, being in a small cabin like that, overlooking a lake and sitting by the fire. And I don't know, I definitely something that, makes me feel good. I know this is going to sound dumb, but obviously when I'm following a tutorial, I feel like my paintings come out so much better. And I know that's a big duh moment for me, but I just learn so much when I do these tutorials. And my painting, I think, improves so much more. I don't want to stop myself from trying to do paintings on my own or do things from my own eye. But I really just love learning this stuff. You won't be surprised that I took out some white gouache. I don't even know if he did that in the tutorial, but you know I love me some white gouache. I'm using it just to fix some mistakes, some bleeding that I had from different colors, and maybe add a little bit to the lake there to create a little bit more of a little bit of a ripple or a sheen. Up here in the clouds, I didn't like that perfect streak, so I'm trying to go back in and soften up some of those edges. It's funny looking at it now. At that time, I really didn't like it at all, but now looking at that streak up in the sky, I like it a lot. One of the things I'm starting to learn is to walk away from my paintings for about a half an hour when I'm getting close to the end, which allows me to not necessarily overwork them. I mean, I'm overworking this one, believe me. Well, guys, we've come to the end of another one, I think. Thanks for hanging out. This is always a blast for me. I hope it's fun for you. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to sign your paintings. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.
The man can't paint. It's sad but true.
So sad, so true.
Kovar can't paint, and so can you.
It's pretty cool. I love it.